Welcome to the PhoneArena.com review of the LG Venus. The Venus takes the place of the Chocolate in Verizon's phone stable. It retains the same sliding form factor and is a very music-centric phone, just like the Chocolate. However, instead of the heat-sensitive controls on the Chocolate, the user now has a touch-sensitive LCD display. This display is pressure-sensitive, meaning the user can use items such as a pen or stylus, or can be wearing gloves and still operate the screen. When pressing a button, the user feels a slight vibration, and the button has a small animation. The design of the phone features a highly mirrored front finish with a chrome trim. On the left side, you have a 2.5mm headphone jack, a volume rocker, a voice command key, and a charging port. On the right is the micro SD slot, music button, and camera button. The back of the phone features the 2-megapixel camera up top, as well as a single speaker at the bottom. The back of the phone is constructed of fake leather, which gives the phone a very cheap feel, something we're not accustomed to in LG's phones, especially the high-end ones. Pushing the button up top, the battery cover comes off to reveal the battery. The keypad itself, while you might not be able to tell here, has a pattern on the different keys. The send, end, 2, 4, 6, 8, star, and pound keys are all glossy, while the other alternating keys are all flat. This gives them a diagonal pattern and looks pretty slick. However, this plastic here is a dark navy blue and clashes with the black background. The phone will be available in pink as well, which hopefully means that the color scheme will go a little bit better. The menu on the Venus gets its own skin. However, it's the same menu found on pretty much any Verizon phone on the market. You have your standard options such as music, get it now, messaging, contacts, recent calls, and settings and tools. When you select a menu, and as you can see there, we pressed the button, felt the vibration, and saw the animation, but the menu did not actually respond. We found that to be rather annoying and quite common with the Venus. Back to the menu. When you're in the main menu, you can scroll up and down, or use the keypad to select the menu options. There's nothing really new here to report, as it's the same menu that has been found on Verizon phones since the VX7000 a few years back. Some features have been added, such as the My Music, but overall, it's the same user experience. The music player gets a slight overhaul from previous Verizon phones. As we noted, the Venus is a heavily music-centric device. Users can sideload their own music or download tracks from the VCast Music Store. The user simply presses the play button and the song loads. As you can see, after a second, the previous and next track will load in a cover flow-esque format. Hitting next, and everything converts over. This music player is hideable, meaning that you can listen to music while browsing the web, sending text messages, or playing around in the phone menu system. We like this music player overall, and it's one of the better ones we found on a phone. Since it runs the same UI as almost any Verizon phone on the market in the past few years, there's not much new here with the Venus. Contacts are the same as always. The user can add up to 1,000 contacts here, with multiple numbers and email addresses per entry. However, there's only a single spot for name entry, which means you can't sort by first and last name, and you must search by the first letter. The tools are fairly standard. You'll find items like a calculator, a tip calculator, world clock, alarm clock, and the like. As you can see, there are some times where we have to press the button several times, and even though we feel the vibration, the menu does not respond. The Venus uses Verizon's WAP portal to access the web. This is not an HTML browser as found on the Voyager. This means the user is limited to what they can do. While it will access HTML pages, they do not render well and oftentimes will time out before they fully load. Overall, web browsing experience was okay. It's nice and quick over Verizon's EVDO network. However, we like the full browser found in the Voyager much better. Since it does not run Java, we cannot load third-party browsers such as Opera Mini. We really like the camera interface on the Venus. The touchscreen is on the right side when the phone's rotated, and it correctly changes its orientation. You have the option to review your pictures, switch to the camcorder mode, exit altogether, go to the options menu, or take your picture. There are a plethora of options available to make sure this shot turns out right. We found that overall the pictures taken with the Venus were very good, especially in good lighting conditions. Videos can be taken in 320 by 240 format, and there are still several options available, although not as many with the camera. Overall, the camera was a very strong point for the Venus. If the user is simply looking for an excellent phone, the Venus is a great choice. The signal quality and sound are top-notch, and the battery life is nothing short of astounding. However, this is a high-end phone, and the users are generally going to expect more. The overall user experience was pretty poor in our opinion. Starting with the poor build quality, things like the misalignment and cheap materials used on the phone. The slider feels great, which is indicative of some of the high-end potential of the Venus, but overall we feel it fell short of its target. The touchscreen is in no ways novel and only acts as frustration when it doesn't react properly. All in all, we don't feel that the Venus is a worthy successor to the chocolate lineup. If the user has a chocolate, there's no reason to upgrade, and if you're looking for a multimedia phone, something like the Voyager or the Gleam may be better for you.